Jenny Chandler, and I am here tonight to present to you, like I said, on scholarships. And also, I want this to be your presentation. So at the end, please feel free to ask me any and all kinds of questions you have about finding scholarships and finding that free money for college. What you will learn today is we are going to talk about paying for school and how scholarships can help, the variety of scholarship resources, the importance and ease of scholarship search engines, how to create a winning scholarship essay, and tips on applying for scholarships. The average cost of college last year for a 2-year public college was $18,550. A 4-year public college or university for in-state was $26,820. A 4-year private college or university was $54,880. A 4-year public college or university was $43,280. Paying for college and how scholarships can help. Start with the money you do not have to pay back. You need to supplement your savings and income by maximizing scholarships, grants, and work study money. Secondly, you should explore federal student loan options. We encourage students to explore federal student loan options by completing the free application for student aid, otherwise known as the Fafsa. Consider a responsible private loan should be your third option. Fill the gap between available resources and the cost of college. We encourage students and their families to evaluate all anticipated monthly loan payments and how much the student expects to earn in the future before considering a private student loan. The Fafsa application is available October 1st each year. Most of the required information comes from your tax return. Families completing the FAFSA for academic year 22-23 will use their 20 tax return. Some financial aid is awarded on a first-come, first-served basis, so apply as soon as you can. First, let's look at the composite share of funding sources, which there are many sources in which parents and students use to pay for college. In general, there are 9 sources of funds that families can rely on. They are parent income, parent savings, student income, student savings, parent borrowing, student borrowing, money from relatives and friends, scholarships, and grants. The chart on the slide answers the question how a typical family pays for college by showing the percentage of the total reported cost that was covered by each of those sources of funding. Now, not all families used each funding source, but because this analysis is a composite, all sources are combined to come up with this total view. One thing is clear when looking at this chart: families used a combination of funding sources to cover the cost for academic year 2021. But the largest source were family contributions from income and savings. When all the blue portions of the chart are added up, we get to families covering about 53% of the cost from income and savings. Scholarships and grants, which is green on the chart, covered about 1/4 of the cost, or 25%. Borrowed money covered about 20%, and the remaining funds, 2%, came from money provided by relatives and friends. So we've established that 56% of families use scholarship money to cover the cost in the academic year 2021. Now let's consider the 44% of families who did not use scholarships. Most of them report that they did not apply for scholarships, especially really missing out on key potential free money to help pay for school. Somewhat unsurprisingly, seniors are significantly less likely to have applied for a scholarship than freshmen, exposing a common misconception. Now, this is with students already enrolled in college. Scholarships are not just for underclassmen. They are not only for the gifted or incredibly talented students either. The reason for not applying varies among our student and parent respondents. Most students, about 44%, didn't apply because they simply didn't believe they would win, and another 28% said they didn't have the time to apply, essentially weighing the investment of time in applying against the perceived low chances of winning the scholarship. For parents, the reasons are even more about awareness. 29% didn't think there were any scholarships for their son or daughter, and 25% didn't know about the scholarships at all. And there are a variety of scholarship resources. Scholarships are financial aid awards that don't have to be repaid. They're free money. A scholarship might cover the entire cost of your tuition, or it might be a one-time award of a few $100s. Either way, it's worth applying for because it will help reduce the cost of your education. Wondering when you should apply for a scholarship? Each scholarship has its own unique requirements that indicate who qualifies and how to apply. It also depends on the scholarship deadline dates. Some deadlines are as early as a year before college starts. If you're in high school now, you should begin researching and applying for scholarships during the summer between your junior and senior years. But if you've missed that window and you're a senior, don't give up. Look at scholarship information to see which ones you can still apply for now, and there are going to be many that are still left out there to apply for. How to apply? Each scholarship has its own requirements. The scholarship website should give you an idea of who qualifies for the scholarship and how to apply. Make sure you read the application carefully, fill it out completely, and meet the application deadline dates. Now let's talk about scholarships that are available. Some people believe that scholarships are for athletes and scholars. In some cases that's true, but there are so many other opportunities. In fact, you wouldn't believe the types and number available. For almost every skill, interest, and hobby, there's a scholarship out there for tall, short people, volunteers, slam poets, filmmakers, and the list simply goes on. The challenge is looking for the right scholarship. It can take some time, but students should realize how important this free money can be, because the more free money they can get for college, the less they're going to have to borrow. Scholarships can be awarded for a variety of reasons, as you can see from the list on this slide. While the federal and state governments award some scholarships, the majority of funds are awarded by the institution in which the student enrolls and by private organizations. And there are many resources for scholarships. Students can turn to their local communities, federal and state agencies, employers, libraries, and online search engines. The importance and ease of scholarship search engines. Scholarship search engines house a list of scholarships that allow users to be matched to scholarships based on a personal profile you will create. Once you create your profile, as new scholarships are added to the database, you'll be notified of the new scholarship opportunities that match your profile. The key is to keep your profile up to date with your test scores, your GPA, clubs, organizations, community service, and volunteer activities. This is not just for your junior or senior year in high school. Update your profile when you get to college with your first semester GPA, activities and organizations you're involved in, and especially if you change your major. There are a variety of scholarship search engines, and one thing I'm going to mention this several times is scholarship applications should never cost a fee to apply. And you can see on this slide is an example of the Sallie Mae scholarship search here, with a 6 million scholarships worth over a collective $30 billion. In your search for scholarships, you'll find search engines that will help you narrow down your search and guide you to the perfect scholarships based on the profile that you created for yourself. Again, the tool should be free. Never pay for someone to find scholarships for you. The scholarship search engine should be able to validate scholarships so it ensures current and up-to-date opportunities. The search engine should also have calendar features to help you know what deadlines are first and get your application plan timeline in place. Also look for one that has a filtering capability, because this is important too, as it will help you to not miss deadlines or to apply for larger award amount scholarships first, name, deadline, and amount. Also look for one that provides ratings, because if ratings are provided by previous applicant recipients, much like product reviews when shopping online, will be very helpful. Take advice from those who have gone through this before you. Look for a scholarship search engine that will email you alerts of new scholarship matches. Saving and updating your profile is key. So with any changes, if you could update your profile, it's going to take you just a couple of minutes. You can use your mobile device for anything else, so why not use it to find scholarships? It's easy, accessible, and always on hand, and will work with scholarship search engines. Sallie Mae's scholarship search and creating a profile. I've mentioned creating a profile several times, so I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about that because I know a lot of parents and students get a little nervous about creating a profile and are they going to sell this information? And I can guarantee you at Sallie Mae, we do not sell that information, but that's something that you would need to check with a provider when you set up a profile and you look for an online search engine. But in building your profile, what you're doing is you are telling the tool all about yourself so that it can go out and check the database for scholarships that are a good match for you. Since I don't work for scholarship search engines like FastWeb or Big Future, I'll be demonstrating some common tips to think about in setting up your profile on a search engine, and we'll use Sallie Mae's for an example. Scholarship search by Sallie Mae. Students can register for free. What you're going to do is you're going to enter your interests, activities, and groups and get matched with over 6 million scholarships worth over a collective $24 billion. Scholarship search helps students create detailed profiles so they can be matched with more scholarships. The more detailed the profile, the more effectively scholarship search can match a student's interest to appropriate scholarships. Sallie Mae saves and stores all detailed profile information for future reference. Other scholarship search engines require students to fill out a new profile with every visit, which can be very frustrating to the very busy college-bound student looking for free money. One possible strategy to think about: you may want to set your profile up as specific as possible at first. Let the engine do searching that best meets your profile. Once you've viewed these and acted upon the ones that you deemed worthy, start to work out leaving different choices and specifics in your profile so you can broaden your selection of scholarships. Sallie Mae's search engine's results. You can see on the slide, there's a list, a scholarship name, and it lists many scholarships on this page, and there might be 2 or 3 pages that are available that matched your profile. These actually are links that a student or a parent can click on, and it's going to take you directly to their website. Usually there's going to be an address, there's usually going to be a phone number, and more information about the scholarship. There's going to be, on the next column, there's going to be the deadline date, and finally the award, the dollar award for the scholarship. Okay, now I want to kind of change gears for just a minute, and I want to talk about creating a winning scholarship essay. It's amazing each and every year of how many scholarships actually go unclaimed because students didn't want to take the time to write an essay, or they didn't think they could write one good enough to be able to win a scholarship. And tips for writing a winning essay. Leave yourself plenty of time to produce a well thought out entry. Take the time to brainstorm your ideas, create an outline, and edit your entry as you would with any other essay writing assignment for an English class. Think before you write. Brainstorm to generate some good ideas and then create an outline to help you get going. Each scholarship provider is looking for students who meet certain criteria. Consider writing about an experience or an interest that highlights your strong ties to the organization's mission. And you will also get a mission when you click on the URL for the scholarship. It will also link you to the organization's mission. Genuine passion and enthusiasm for your topic will show through in your essay writing. Make sure to follow all the necessary steps and review them before submitting your scholarship essay. Trust us, some of the brightest students have missed out on a chance to earn scholarship dollars all because they neglected to follow instructions. You don't want to fall into this category. Scholarship committees would rather see how you overcame hardships and succeeded despite the obstacles in your path, or what you learned from the times that you have failed. Share something about who you are. This is your chance to elaborate on elsewhere on your application where you wouldn't have the opportunity to do so. Telling your story makes an essay genuine and ultimately more memorable to the scholarship committee. Asking teachers, counselors, family members, or trustworthy friends for feedback on your essay is going to result in a much better final product. Scholarship committees do notice grammar mistakes. Even tiny errors can distract a reader from your overall message. Before you submit your application, make sure you take the time to proofread your essay from beginning to end. A good scholarship essay should be original and honest, states clearly why you deserve to win the scholarship, avoids unnecessary information, is inspirational and positive in tone. Some scholarships are even a little bit different. Some scholarships are quirky or a little bit unusual. You can use a tool such as our scholarship search to find scholarships with unconventional criteria. It's not all about straight A's in sports. There are thousands of scholarships out there for unique skills, interests, or creative entries. So whether you choose to make a prom attire strictly from duct tape, love your pet, or love to roller skate, check out the options available and apply for scholarships that can help you fund your dream of a college education. Summary of tips to apply for scholarships. You're going to want to get organized, be authentic, know the requirements, include strong recommendation letters, and also create a long-lasting impression. Remember to meet deadlines, list important accomplishments first, showcase your honors and awards. Don't rule out smaller scholarships, because it's amazing. A lot of students get wrapped up thinking, oh gosh, I have to apply only the ones that are $1,000 or more. It's not going to be worth my time. But even the ones that are like $250, $100, $500, those will quickly add up. And start applying as early as your junior year. But again, if you are a senior, it is not too late, but it's something that you'll want to get started on soon. You've won a scholarship essay, now what? Once you win the scholarship, here's some things you need to understand. How will you get your money? It depends on the scholarship. The money might be sent directly to your college, where it will be applied to any tuition, fees, or amounts you owe. Or it might be sent directly to you in the form of a check. The provider should tell you what to expect when it informs you that you've been awarded the scholarship. If not, make sure that you ask. How will the scholarship affect other aid? All of the student aid added together cannot be more than your cost of attendance, which is commonly abbreviated as COA, cost of attendance. You will need to let your school know if you've been awarded a scholarship, so the financial aid office can subtract the amount from the total cost of attendance. Make sure you ask the schools you are interested in attending how they will adjust your financial aid. Some will reduce loans or other types of aid. If your scholarship is renewable, make sure you understand the requirements. For example, is there a grade point average that you must maintain? Is there an enrollment status you must maintain, maybe at least half-time to full-time? Degree or major requirements? And also, do you have to reapply, or is it automatic? Or some of them might be a one-time award. Make sure to write a thank you to the scholarship donor and follow any additional requests from the organization that funds your scholarship. Okay, with that, I'd like to wrap it up. And also in just a minute, we're going to open up to questions. And then also there's a QR code here on the screen that you can quickly scan with your smartphone, and it will take you directly to Sallie Mae's scholarship search engine. And then you can go ahead and create a profile. It only takes you a couple minutes and get started. And it doesn't matter to us at Sallie Mae what scholarship search engine you use. We want you to find one that you like, that works well for you and your family. But again, this is just an example. And again, this QR code will take you directly to our scholarship search engine.